we're going to talk about how to cut a tomato. It actually goes a whole lot like the onion does, so it shouldn't be too tricky, but I do want to show you because there are a couple things to notice. So here's our tomatoes. You can see that this is how they kind of grow on the vine, and we pull that off just like the onion. We've got a north pole and a south pole. Okay, just like the onion, we're going to do a bridge cut with our hand nice and high and our knife going in the middle, so it'll look like this. Okay, so I'm going to cut from the north pole to the south pole, right through the middle, and there is our halves of our tomatoes. Now, in tomatoes, you can see there's kind of this gooey interior. One thing that restaurant chefs tend to do differently than home cooks is this kind of ooey gooey bit is generally removed because most of the time when people are cutting tomatoes, they're not eating it like right away. And the prep for this work, like let's say we have pico de gallo on our menu, the prep work for that would be done, you know, around noon or 1 or 2, and that product would not be served until, you know, dinner service at 7 o'clock. So in that meantime, this kind of ooey gooey interior kind of makes things a little slimy and a little just kind of off textured. So we tend to remove that. So let me show you how to do that. We still have our stem in half of our stem right there. We're going to take the tip of our knife and we're just going to cut a little notch right there. And it's pretty easy just to kind of pull out the tomato goo, and I'll just put it in the bowl like this, and I'll just use my thumbs to kind of clear out everything. And then we've got a nice clean piece of tomato. Okay, we'll do the same thing on the other side. Tip of the knife, little notch, up around the other way. Use my fingers to kind of pull out the ooey gooeys, the seeds, and kind of that slimy membrane. And we'll put that in the scrap bin. And I'm just going to kind of use I might need to come back in with my knife to kind of free up these here, but it usually just pops out in a pretty nice pile. And then you can kind of just scrape, get all those cleared out. Okay, so those are there's our tomato, nice and clean. I'll probably give that a little shake to get the rest of that liquid out. Okay, so nice clean tomato bits. For our cuts, it's really important that when we cut tomatoes, or really anything with kind of like a skin, like a red or green pepper, that we always want to cut with this skin side. We want that to be down. Okay, so we're always going to cut skin side down. It's just a lot easier for the knife to kind of work through the product with the skins down. And just like we did with the onion, we're going to hold our blade like this. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. Oh gosh, no. We're holding just like that. And we're going to come right across, and we're just going to cut long strips. Long strips of tomato. And we're going for a small dice because we want to practice our knife skills, but we also want to give ourselves a pleasant bite of tomato, not a massive bite of tomato. We'll give it a little turn just like we did with the onion, and we're just going to come right back across the other way, just like with the onion. Okay, really consistent, really even, very easy. Okay, there are our tomato cuts. Okay, I'm going to add that to my onion bowl. All right, let's do the other one, just so you can see. We're going to cut long strips. We're going to have nice and small. This is probably a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. Give it a turn. And what I've done a little differently this time is everything was laid out the last time. I think it's a little bit easier and a little bit faster to kind of pull everything into a pile. And go ahead and do your small dice coming across. Okay, there are our very consistent and very small, very easily done small diced tomato. Okay, move on to the next video.